Once upon a time, near the edge of a golden savanna, there was a quiet village tucked beneath tall trees. In that village lived a boy named Tariq, who was different from the others. He didn't run the fastest, or shout the loudest, or win every race during the village games. But Tariq had something special. He listened. He listened to the birds sing in the morning. He listened to the wind whistle through the tall grass. And sometimes, if he listened very carefully, he could feel what animals felt. Not words exactly, but emotions. Soft and strong, like a river running under the earth. His grandfather used to say, "The world speaks to those who listen without noise in their hearts." One hot afternoon, while exploring just beyond the village border, Tariq heard something strange. A low, heavy sound, like breathing and growling all at once. He followed it through the thick grass and stopped cold. There, tangled in a rough hunter's net, lay a young lion. Its fur was golden and dusty, and its eyes, deep, wild eyes, met Tariq's without fear, just pain. The lion didn't roar. It didn't move. It just watched. Tariq's heart raced. He knew he should run, scream, call for help. But something in the lion's stillness held him in place. The boy took a step forward, then another, and then he whispered, "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you." The lion blinked, slowly, and Tariq saw it. Sadness, not anger. With trembling fingers, he knelt and began to untie the net. It was rough and tangled, and some of the knots had cut into the lion's skin. "I'm sorry they did this to you," he murmured, gently loosening the cords. The lion stayed still the whole time. Not one growl, not one swipe. Finally, after what felt like hours, the last knot came free. The lion stood slowly. Its muscles rippled beneath the dusty coat. Then, instead of running away, it bowed its head to the boy. Tariq stepped back in. "Aw, you're free," he whispered. And with that, the lion turned and disappeared into the tall grass, like a shadow swallowed by sunlight. Days passed. Tariq kept the moment to himself. He didn't tell his grandfather, or the boys at school, or even his mother. It felt like a secret gift. Then, one evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, he saw movement in the clearing behind the trees. There, sitting quietly, was the lion. Tariq smiled and walked toward him, not afraid. "I'll call you Leo," he said, "if that's okay." The lion blinked once, then lay down beside him. From that day on, Leo and Tariq became secret friends. They met in the clearing often, sometimes every night, sometimes only once in a week. Tariq would talk, and Leo would listen. He talked about how the older boys teased him, how he missed his father who had died when he was 5, and how sometimes he wished he was stronger. And in those quiet moments, Tariq didn't feel small. He felt seen. One night, while Tariq and Leo sat watching the stars, a scream tore through the air. "Fire! The bakery!" Tariq jumped to his feet. Smoke was rising over the trees. He ran toward the village. Flames licked the rooftops. People ran back and forth with buckets of water. Cries filled the air. Then someone screamed, "My daughter, she's still inside." Tariq looked at the burning hut, and without thinking, ran in. The heat hit him like a wave. Smoke stung his eyes. He stumbled through the dark, coughing, calling out, and then he heard it. A soft sob. He found the little girl curled in the corner, shaking with fear. Tariq picked her up, his arms trembling, but the fire had grown. The doorway was blocked. Then, a roar louder than the fire. Leo burst through the flames. His body was like a golden storm, clearing a path with his strength. His roar shook the walls. Tariq clung to the girl and climbed onto Leo's back. Together, they charged out of the burning house. The villagers gasped. A boy and a lion, side by side, emerging from fire and smoke like a story come to life. They laid the girl down safely. Her mother wept with joy, and before anyone could speak, Leo turned to Tariq, gave him one last look, and disappeared into the night. From that day on, people whispered about the lion of the flames and the boy who whispered. Some said the lion was magic. Some said he was a spirit sent by the ancestors, but no one could explain why he had helped or why he had trusted a boy. Tariq never told anyone the full story. He just smiled and went on listening to the wind, the birds, the heartbeats of the world around him. But deep down he knew he had made a friend. And sometimes, the softest voice could reach even the wildest heart.